Jarrod, it's a difficult day, difficult moment.
Yeah, really, really difficult. We've got no one to blame apart from ourselves, especially the goals that we conceded in the first 20-25 minutes. The press that we done was all wrong. We was late, jumping up to them, mistakes, and that's we've had too many of them. We've had too many mistakes where we put ourselves in a position where we're 2-0 down after 20 minutes, and it's always an uphill battle. Then yes, we had our chances then, but if in the Premier League, the quality that there is, if you give sides 2 goals, it's always going to be difficult to come back.
The fans obviously we can move on to that, but they'll be asking, why did we start so slowly when we've had a week to prepare? And I watched you go out before you went out to warm up, and it's like, right, let's warm up, let's be ready. So how do we explain it?
I don't know how you explain it. I think you can look for every excuse in the world and try and protect yourself in that way. But ultimately, we knew what we was doing. We had the shape. We worked on it in the week. We had meetings. We know how we wanted to do it. But then when it came to doing it, we just didn't do it well enough. And what could that be? That could be lots of different things. But I think we have to take responsibility as a team because like I said, we knew the game plan. We knew what we wanted to do. Get after them, make it difficult for them, because we knew if we gifted at them, it would be that's what they thrive on, this atmosphere, getting behind them. And 20 minutes we find ourselves 2-0 down. It's just it's hard to find the answers because you always want to try and solve it straight away, but ultimately we have to look ourselves and hold our hands up and say what was we doing.
Got a foothold back in the game. Pope makes a couple of good saves, and then midway through the second half, you're thinking if we can get one, we can build on that, and then we let another one in.
Yeah, and again, it felt like a mistake from a throw-in. I know we needed to get the ball back in play and get into it, but I think we just had to wait a little bit, get the set up, and then go again. A bit of game management in the game where you're 2-0, and that to get that first goal is always going to be you've got a foot back hold, and they start to sink a little bit, but we'll always create chances. We've always got quality going forward to create opportunities, and the keeper made some really good saves today, which he's there for. But like I said, when you find yourself 2-0 down, it's always difficult. You give yourself such an uphill battle straight away when you're 2-0 down.
It's raw at the moment and it feels horrible, but we didn't give up even at 3-0. We scored, we hit the bar. Pope's made another couple of saves. I mean, yeah, all right, we lost the game, but it wasn't like collectively or individually anybody gave up. It just wouldn't happen.
And we can't give up though as well. In the same breath, you can't just chuck the towel in. You can't give up. It's difficult. It's been a difficult season last season as well. We was involved in a relegation battle as well and got out. So it's not new. It's something that we need to improve on as a whole club. We found ourselves in this situation for 2 years now, and you can look at every single thing, but ultimately we're the ones that turn out week in, week out. The fans turn out week in, week out to support us, and they've been brilliant. But we haven't given them enough this season, and it's going to be hard to hear that. I know it is. I'm trying to be honest and say, we can only apologise for what especially today and the circumstances that we conceded the goals and found ourselves behind. So when we say about not giving up, it's. I don't think you can in this situation. You can't give up. You can't. That should be expected. That we should be like that the whole game.
And just lastly, it's a difficult question to ask, but I'll ask it. Obviously at the end, fans did express some frustration. It wasn't everybody, but as you've been here an awful long time, and your family are fans. You've got friends who are fans. It's not nice to hear, but can you understand it?
100%. Like I just said, we've been involved in a relegation battle for 2 years now. So. We can't expect everything joyful and everything good because we haven't had enough good moments this season, and that's loads of different reasons that can go into that. But as a team, we've been way below the levels that we've set over the last few years here. You think of European finishes in the Premier League and those things. To find ourselves in the situation now is obviously it's difficult to accept in certain things. So I can fully understand the frustration because you haven't really got an answer back to it. Because what can you answer back? There's nothing you can answer back. We haven't been good enough. We've been poor, and we find ourselves 18th in the league now, relying on results to give ourselves a chance for next Sunday.
And we've got to play. Whatever happens elsewhere, we've got to play with pride next Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, we have to wait until the result Tuesday. We need to see what's going to happen there in terms of we have a big opportunity on Sunday. Obviously, you need things to go in our way. You never want to be relying on different things and hoping for luck. But at this very moment right now, we still have that opportunity, and we have to see obviously how the game goes on Tuesday night. But then next week we have to turn up no matter whatever. It's the last home game of the season. To not celebrate, because I think that's the wrong word, but to show, like you said, a bit of pride and a bit of commitment and a bit of what it is to play for this badge. It's not just, it's never the name on the back of the shirt. It's the one on the front is always the most important, and we have to show that.
That hurts for everybody.
Of course it hurts. Of course it hurts. It hurts deeply. It's tough here.
What did you make of the game? Because you prepared the game, and unfortunately we just didn't start too well.
Yeah, we started really bad the game. The way we concede, the spaces that we give to Newcastle players made our task really hard. Even though the team reacted with some chances, but we started really bad the game.
We stuck at it though.
Sorry?
We stuck at it. We kept going, and if one of the chances in before the half time goes in, maybe it's different. Second half, even at 3-0, we score, we hit the bar. You look at the stats, it looks like a level game, but it didn't quite work.
Yeah, it's been like this recently when having chances not being clinical enough to try and to take advantage, but realizing that was not a good performance, was a bad performance.
But the guys kept going.
Yeah, that we cannot say is something that we've been trying to have the character, and this week more than ever is going to be required to finish the season with dignity, with respect from the club. So we're going to work hard, see what's going to happen on the Tuesday. If it's possible, give it a go, but realizing that is really hard. I should apologize to our fans. They show their frustration and with reason when they don't see a team that doesn't make them proud. It's right. And today we didn't make ourselves proud.
This is the word pride, isn't it? We have to spend this week thinking about the club, about the fans, about everything. We have to play next week, regardless of what happens elsewhere. We have to play with pride.
Exactly. It's going to be in London Stadium. It's going to be the last game of the season. We owe it to our fans to show a better performance.
That was a difficult afternoon. It started badly, and we tried hard to get back in, but probably gave ourselves too much to do.
Yeah, I think first of all we have to say sorry to the fans. They were once again behind us, but we didn't give them what we wanted. We didn't give what we wanted to ourselves, to this club today. I think we started really easy the game. We didn't look that 100% to go for it. And then after the 2-0, we tried a little bit to come into the game. We didn't score. It was quite difficult. And then the second half we tried again, but the result is there is nothing to say about it more.
Is it harder to take because we kind of helped them? We kind of made a couple of mistakes that they took advantage of. We've made it hard for people to score against us this last few months, and today perhaps we didn't.
Yeah, as I said, I don't think we looked ready. We didn't have this energy that we had in the last couple of months. And we made some silly mistakes again, which is part of the football. But unfortunately, in this game, we're really critical about that's football. And then, as I said again, we tried to come back. Their keeper made some good saves. We were quite unlucky in some situations, but now that's the result.
You've worked so hard. All the guys have worked hard to try and get us back in a position to be safe. And it hurts when we lose games like this, doesn't it? That we've got in that position. We got out of the bottom three, but now it's looking tough.
Yeah, it's looking tough. I mean, we still have to see what's going to happen in the other game, but it's a tough situation. And the only thing that we have to do is to stay professional and try to win the next game. And then I don't know. We will see what will happen also as I said in the other game. But the situation right now, it looks really, really tough.
And just lastly, you apologised at the start, but you know, at the end, obviously the fans frustrated. You could probably hear the frustration from the stand. You know, you especially, you've been getting a lot of praise from everybody. It must hurt, and you guys have so much professional pride and pride in the club, and we know how much it means to you every day.
Yeah, I mean, now to say some words about it, I don't know, it will help the fans as well, because really what we wanted to do today for them didn't happen. And I mean, as I said, sorry to them again, but I know it's tough for them to take it as well. But let's see what will happen.